everyone, welcome back to my channel LearnIT. Today's session is all about Vancouver release features that were introduced in ServiceNow. So if you are new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe to my channel LearnIT. Please watch my videos till the end for complete information. So what feature I am going to discuss today is redesigned application manager. So now let's see how our redesigned application manager looks like. So we will type here plugins. So I will click on plugin here and you will see the new redesigned application manager where you can see your applications and plugins together on this view. So you can see this view looks really good and you can find the way how you can search your applications or plugins installed in the system. And here you can see there are a lot of details under this application manager where we can install, update and manage licensed applications and plugins for our instance, right? So now you can see we have a request plugin button. So if we click on this request plugin, we can request the plugin from high support, and here there is a link open store where we can open the store.servicenow.com from this button. Alright, and now you can see there is a UI displayed here just like a dashboard where you can see the store applications, family plugins and the ServiceNow products, right? And you can directly install or check the updates related to your plugins or applications. Alright, suppose I will click on plugins, so you will see a lot of plugins started displaying here, right? So if I click on this plugin, so let's see what happens. So now you can see there are details coming on here, technical details. So currently this DevOps util only have these details. It will access global scoped items from within DevOps scopes, right? So similar way you can install your application and you can see all the details related to that plugins. So for example, if I take other plugins where you can find lot of details, suppose this is a performance analytics. Here you can see there is a information like this is related to major incident management or whatever it is related to. So you can see performance analytics content pack for MIM. So here we can install this plugin and you can see this is the different view. Previously there was other view displaying when we were opening the plugins. So now this UI is really very good, and the older version we were seeing it from longer days. So I think that was a good change which was done in the Vancouver release. So suppose I will click on install button, so you can see what happens here. So you can see we have dependent plugins started displaying here, and you can see there are more details started displaying here. We can click on install now and install later. So this UI has also changed, right? So if we click on install button, and now you will see our the plugin is started installation, and I will show you what information has been displayed after the install of this plugin. So now you can see our plugin has been installed here, and now you will see the view detail button is displayed here. I will click on this view details and you can see lot more details started displaying here when it was the plugin was installed. And here are the activation details. What are the activation logs, plugin files and customized files. Alright, so these are the version details 1.0.0, and here are the activation logs and plugins files, and here we will be able to see the update details, whether the changes is applied, skipped, processed or unchanged, whatever details is added. So you can see all the details started displaying here. Alright, so here are the activation details, plugin files. So you can see more detailed version of the plugins which you are installing, right? So this is the application manager, how it's look like. Alright, so now if you click on request plugin, it will redirect to support.servicenow.com, and if you click on open store button, and it will redirect to store.servicenow.com. Alright, and if you click on this switch to classic app manager, it will redirect to our old application manager. So you can see we are now back to our old application manager. So this UI is older ones and new one looks quite good. So if you see, there is a new button here as well, try new app manager. If you will click on this, you will redirect to our redesigned application manager. Alright, so this is all about one of the feature which were introduced in Vancouver release. So the feature which I am going to talk about is like, it is a new data type geopoint, which you can utilize to create for adding geolocation for particular place. Alright, so you can add that data type for that particular field and you can store those geopoints. Alright, so let's see how we can create this data type and how it is used or how you can utilize it. Alright, so let's proceed to our form. So this is my some demo form. Alright, so now I will try to create one field named geolocation. Alright, and I will try to see how we can use it for our different forms. Alright, so now I will do configure form layout, and now I will create a field with name geolocation. Geolocation with the type, you can see this is a data type geopoint. Alright, so you can select it and now you can add it in your form. I have clicked on save. And now you will see geolocation field is started displaying. Alright, now you can store here only like floating point numbers in a single field. Okay, and you can store geolocation data only for this particular field. And we can add a precision of 6 decimal places under this field. Alright, suppose like you will try to save with this, it will not try to save this because this is not a correct latitude or longitude for particular location. Alright, so now how can add this? Suppose some person is having so now this, you can see this is the location for that particular place I have added. Now I will try to save this record. And now you can see I was able to save this details under this field. That is because this is the correct location for that particular place or correct exact location for that particular place. Alright, so this can be useful for us in many ways, or in many tables or many projects you can utilize this particular geo point data type field. Alright, so this is also a good feature that was introduced in Vancouver release. So I am going to explain you about access analyzer, what access analyzer is. It will help diagnose why a user, group or role can or cannot access resources. Resources means tables which are present in the ServiceNow system. It will show various access controls that are applied to the resources, and it will allow you to check a specific operation to understand access details for those resources. Alright, so let's proceed further and see how we can utilize access analyzer. So first we have to install the plugin, that is Access Analyzer. It comes with free of cost. So I think we can first install this Access Analyzer and then I will give you a demo how we can use Access Analyzer. So I will click on this install button and I will install this access analyzer plugin. As you can see, our plugin is installed right now, and now I will show you how we can utilize those access analyzer feature in Vancouver version. Alright, so let's proceed. So it will reload the form once and then we can start further. Now I will search in filter navigator access analyzer, and now you will see for access analyzer we have two things: analyze permissions and access analyzer queries. So I will tell you what these both links are about. So now, as you have seen, I have clicked on analyze analyzer queries. So here one form is displayed here, and here we can identify based on the criteria which we will select, and we can see what access is provided to that particular user group or role. All right, so we can utilize this form. And another link which is displayed is like analyze permissions, analyzer queries, right? So I have clicked on analyzer queries as well. So now here you will see what all criteria you have previously searched. Alright, so let's go back to this form and see based on user what access is provided to that particular user. Suppose I will select able Twitter, and I will select the table, and I will select incident table here. And now I will select analyze permissions. So it will analyze what all permission is provided to this particular user. Alright, so I will click on analyze permission, and now you can see what are all permissions is granted to able Twitter. Write access for incident is granted, and read access and create access. Rest all the roles are restricted for this particular user, ACLs, so that he will not be able to perform certain actions related to report, delete, add to list, report. Alright, so this is how you can personalize or check the permissions for user group or roles. So now I will come back to this search criterion, and I will reload this form again, and you will see one record displaying here. Alright, for user able Twitter. Now let's see how we can check permissions for groups. So suppose I will select app engine admins. Alright, I will analyze permission again for incident table for app engines admin group, and now you can see similar role is provided to this group as well. App engine admins, read, write and create. Rest all access is blocked for this particular group. Alright, so yeah, so this is all about user and group permission checks, and now we can check for roles as well. So I will select the role here, and I will select suppose I will select agent admin, and now I will see what kind of permission this role is having for incident table. And now you can see similar kind of role is provided to this agent admin as well. So he only has read, write and create permissions for incident table for this particular role. Alright, so now you can see I have provided you how we can utilize this permission section. Alright, and you can reload this form access analyzer, and you can see the previously searched criteria below as well on the similar form where you can fill the form, and you can see the search criteria below that form itself, and you can search for other form other page as well. All right, so this is having separate page as well. So this way you can utilize access analyzer for ServiceNow, and you can check the permission and access for your user group or roles for particular resources like tables. And here are more resources where you can check the permission like UI page, REST endpoints, client callable script include. All right. So, yeah, this is all about access analyzer. So let's proceed further and see what are all those Vancouver release features related to Flow Designer. So I will redirect to Flow Designer first and show what all features has been launched in Vancouver features. So let's click on Flow Designer first. Now you can see our Flow Designer is loaded, and now you can see the UI is completely different as per previous versions, right? So you can see our home page is revamped, like Flow Designer home page is just changed, and you can see there are a lot of options started displaying here. So I will tell you one by one what are all features has been introduced in this Flow Designer home page. So now here you can see these are all the list of flows, subflows, actions, execution, connections. And now you can see on right side we have a lot of options provided, like you can see most recently worked on application files, right? And here you can see the flow executions, and as well as you can see the execution status here. And for recent activity you can see whoever has modified the workflow recently, so which workflow is recently modified, so you can check here. And you can access resources as well in this home page. You can redirect to product documentation for this Flow Designer. All right, so this is really cool feature where you can see like from last published flow or last draft version of your flow, you can directly open from here. So this section is really good, and you can click on create new here, and you can create flow subflow action. Previously this create new button was not available, so here you can see and create those whatever is required as per your requirement. All right, so let's proceed to our next Flow Designer feature. So next feature is like our performance improvements. So some performance improvements has been done on this Vancouver release as well. So there is a flow load time reduction up to 60%, and we can add subflows with 98% time reduction, and as well as logic optimization time reduction to 99%. All right, so let's move to our another feature which has been introduced in our Flow Designer. So that is like they have enabled they have enabled diagramming view in subflows, right? So let me open any of the subflow. So I will click on subflow and open any of the flow where I can show you the diagram view. So suppose I am opening this delete attachment from table. So this is the small subflow where you can see those things. And now you can see the diagramming view. So it is enabled in Vancouver release. Previously it was enabled only on flow, but now they have launched the diagramming view under subflow as well. And you can click here and see the diagram view for subflow. Now you can see this is the diagram view for our subflow, and this is the normal view of our subflow, right? You can see the diagram view is started displaying here. All right, so one more new modifications they have provided under subflow is that we can add the relevant stage here. So stage is enabled in subflow as well right now, and you can create any stage, and you can add that stage under subflow. All right, so previously it was only available only for flow. So if I go back here also, we can add the stages wherever is required. You can see, click on add stage, and you can click on plus button here, and you can add a new stage here. All right, so these are the two features which is added in under subflow. One is like diagramming view, and other is like stages, which is enabled under subflow. All right, so let's proceed further to our other feature of Flow Designer, that is a data pill. So what changes has been done on related to data pill? So I will show you. So suppose this is the data pill which is using catalog task and sys ID. All right. And now suppose I will click here. Now you will see this is the data pill which is used here. And now previously when we used to click here, so it was just only showing what is the mapping or what is the path to go for that record. But as soon as I click here, it will show the complete path where you can make the changes very easily if it is required to update or modify a existing pill. All right, so you can directly check, okay, from where it is referring to. Otherwise you will be getting confused, okay, how it is redirecting and how it is happening. Because if you see, there are three layers, like catalog, create catalog task, sys id. Suppose you want some another thing to be used, you can use it directly and update this data pill, right? So this is like really interesting, and this will reduce some of the time for our developers as well. All right, so, and this can be done on our diagram view as well. So now let's move to other feature as well, but those feature might not be enabled for PDI to show a demo for you all. All right, so first is like go back to action. All right, so go back to action. What it does is like it will rerun the flow wherever you will select the action from where the flow you want to start. All right, and it has limited access. So limited access means like uh, currently like this go back to action is not available in PDI. So it is available only for production instance. That too, those people should contact with ServiceNow for to use this go back to action. All right, because currently they haven't introduced an free version of Flow Designer. All right, so hoping so that will be introduced in near future for PDIs. All right, and apart from that, so you can request with ServiceNow to use this go back to action. So you can contact to customer support. And other feature is like now assist recommendation. So this is the recommendation, now assist recommendation, that is using generative AI. So it is the best action that can be introduced in Flow Designer. So it will improve the accuracy of the flow, and because it will show the recommendation what all actions or logic or record observation will be required. So it will show you the recommendation in between the flow, what next step is to be added. All right, and this now assist recommendation will be coming in future release, future like a second store release of Vancouver, and then I will give you a separate demo how this now assist recommendation works in Flow Designer. All right, so yeah, this is all the features which I have covered as part of Flow Designer for our Vancouver release. So let's proceed further and see what are all those enhancements related to integration hub import. Alright, so let's move further. So I will click here on integration hub import. Integration hub import. So I will click here and it will open a new UI for integration hub import. Alright, so now you can see there is nothing configured right now here. So I will show what new features or enhancements they have introduced in integration hub import. Alright, so let's click on create new integration here. So as soon as I have clicked on create new integration, I will type a name here, LearnIT data load. So I will add short description as well. I will click on save and continue, and now you can see the UI which is loaded here. All right, so now I will click on file and I will select Excel, and now I will upload my file. You can see the source type is selected as Excel and configuration is selected none right now because this file is not uploaded right now. So as soon as I will click on this Excel file, and you will see this user file has been loaded. All right, so now you will see it's showing sheet number 1 and sheet number 2. So it's showing the tabs which is added in this Excel sheet. All right, so that's why this sheet 1 and sheet 2 are displaying here. This is the one of the feature which is added in Vancouver release. Previously we are not able to see the tabs name under this configuration part. We have to mention it manually, but right now it is coming automatically which tab to select for loading data. All right, so this is one of the enhancement which is done on integration hub import. All right, so now let's proceed further and see what is other enhancement that was done in Vancouver. All right, so you can see there are two columns added on sheet 1, name and email. Now what I will do is like I will click on map to target page. So let me click on save first. So now you can see this data is saved, whatever is mentioned here. And now I will click on map to target. So now you can see previously there was only one table was available for data mapping, but right now we can add multiple tables here. Suppose I will take table 1. All right, and I will click on save, and now I will select one more table, table 2. All right, so as soon as I will click on table 2, you can see both the tables are added here, and you can do the mapping for both the table using a single Excel file. All right, I will click on auto map, so that field will be auto mapped to our columns which is available from the Excel and from the table. So table we have two fields, name and email, which is auto mapped based on Excel data. All right, now I will show you what is third feature. Third feature is like as soon as those mapping is done, so those checkbox started appearing. This shows like whichever fields are mapped to the target table. All right, so this is another feature that was introduced in Vancouver. All right, so I will click on save, and now again I will go back and configure for this table as well. So I will click on auto map again, and you will see those data mapping is done, and now I will again click on save. All right, so this map to target to multiple tables is the new enhancement which is done in integration hub import. All right, we can add more tables here as well. All right, so now we can click on schedule import for running the import for these tables. Now I will open table 1 and table 2 so that you can see whether those contains any data or not. Table 1, table 2. And now you can see there is no data available for table 1 and table 2. All right, so I will click on schedule import, and here you can see there are various options to create a schedule or to run a import. All right, so I will click on run import button, and you will see run import job is submitted successfully. And let me reload this form. And now you can see this is the execution number which is executed as part of this import. And I will reload this table again, and you will see the data is populated, name, email. Similarly in table 2 as well, data is copied similarly on table 2 as well. So you have seen how we can map to multiple target table using a single Excel sheet, right? So this is all about integration hub import enhancements that were introduced in Vancouver release of ServiceNow. So let's proceed further and see what is security attributes. Through security attributes, we can write a set of security rules in a simpler way. Alright, so let's see how we can utilize this feature. Alright, so let's proceed to our incident table first, and you will understand what it is. Alright, so I have clicked on incident all, and like I will open one of the incident. So currently this is our incident form, all right, and we have multiple fields. So it is about security rules. So what I will be doing is like I will be utilizing this field, truncate field, for showing a demo how we can utilize security attributes feature. All right, so let's move to our security rules for this incident and try to create one security rules. So first I will show you security rules how we used to do in earlier days. Alright, so currently new button is not visible because I have to activate elevate role here. Security admin is checked and now I will see a new button for creating ACLs. Alright, now I will click on new button and I will try to create a new ACL on that truncate field. So I will be selecting operation as write and I will select the table as incident and a field as truncate field. Alright, and just for role it doesn't matter, but just I am adding ideal role. But what I will do now, I will write a small script here as well. So suppose I will add gs.get user dot is member of this particular group. So what that group could be. So let me open a group. So I will select one of the group so that I can use that for testing purpose. So this is the group I will be using for testing. Answer so this is the small script I have written. Alright, so if current logged in user is member of this particular application development, then only that user will be able to write on that particular field. Alright, so I will click on save. Alright, so I have clicked on save and now we will try to test how it appears for the member of this group and as well as who is not part of this group. Alright, so currently it will not work for me because admin override is done for ACL. So I will test with other users. So currently you will see this incident. I am able to edit this field, but the people who will be not part of application development group, they will not able to write on this field. Suppose I will impersonate able Twitter. So he is not part of application development group. So as soon as I have impersonated this able Twitter, now I will reload this form and you will see this field he is not able to write on this field because he is not part of that application development group. So now impersonate with the person who is part of that group. So this Andrew is the person who is part of that group application development. So let's see what happens. Now you will see this person is able to write on this truncate field, right? So this is implemented using ACL and we have wrote some small script, but instead of that we can create a security attributes or use a security attributes for implementing this feature. Alright, so let me click on elevate role and security admin again so that I can update my ACL which I have created. And now what I will do is like I will remove this small script. And now what I will use it like, you can see this is a security attribute condition which they have introduced as a feature in Vancouver release. Alright, So I will select the group here, and group is application development. So I have removed the script, and now I will save this. And this is the security attributes condition. Group is application development. All right. So now it will be executing same like it was executing earlier. So this able tutor will not able to write on that field, and Andrew will be able to write on that field. All right. So we can test it quickly again. So I will impersonate with able, and he will not able to write on this field. See, and I will impersonate with Andrew. And now I will reload the form, and you will see Andrew will be able to write on this truncate field. All right. So this using security attributes, we can eliminate the use of scripting for some of the use cases. All right. So this is all about security attributes, how you can utilize to write a set of security rules for your implementation or for your anything, whatever you are doing related to security rules. All right. So please provide your comment if you have any questions, doubts or queries related to this session. For more information, please visit the description section under this video. Thanks for hearing me. Stay tuned for more videos. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel LearnIT.